And a very good weekend, everyone. Jeremy here on strategic.com.sg market recap for the S&P 500 closing on the trading week of 16th of July 2021. So S&P 500, well, it was a pretty interesting week. S&P 500 showed weakness on a short-term basis. We'll come to that shortly. But let's start off with a macro picture of the S&P 500 on the monthly charts. No argument, still on a super bull market, bull trend, and this trend has been up and running for almost 11 years right now. You can see that we are still on a green candlestick closure. We closed at 4328, new all-time highs for this month, and no reason to doubt its continuity until we see otherwise. On a weekly basis, once again, very strong uptrend since the 1st of June 2020. The level was at 3168, but the long was issued. Very, very nice uptrend. Pivot at 4067, not even touching it yet. Tenkan line now rise still support at about 4,200 for the Tenkan line, close at 4328. Yes, a bit of a red week here, but then again, you look at all these particular candlesticks, you do have corrections and you had a lot of buying on dips on the way up from 3168. Currently, the pivot support at 4067, important to watch if the daily support breaks. And to give you a bit of context into last week's weakness on the S&P 500, it has been evident that every long signal has been met with a pullback. You can see here there was a short signal here in November, in January, short signal here in February, short signal here in May, and currently we are in July. We are expecting a little bit of dip here to test this particular pivot at 4262 perhaps, and then we get a little bit of bias on the dips, and then voila, new all-time highs. So currently pivot support is at 4262. If next week we do break that pivot support 4262, then the weekly pivot will be the support next for this correction and subsequent looking for buyers to buy on weakness. So if you look at the 4-hour charts, this is where the excitement was coming in from last week. So there was a little bit of a pullback. You can see this particular candlestick and this one here testing the base of the Ichimoku cloud line. This is the SSSB line support, currently closing at 4328. And you can see our last pullback as well. We did pull back to the SSSB line, and then after that we were met with a lot of buyers on the dips. Same thing here, pull back all the way, and then we had a very nice bounce and thereafter uptrend. So let's see whether you get buyers around this zone. All right, and if you do get a support and a V-shaped recovery, you bounce back above the Ichimoku cloud and test this pivot at 4398 to make higher highs. All right. Otherwise, if this turns out to be a little bit more of a short-term correction, then the daily pivot and the weekly pivot will be in support. So, as a summary, the long-term trend of the S&P 500 extremely strong, weekly extremely strong. On the dailies, pull back to pivot of 4262. And on the short-term basis, we have a short signal right here on the 6th of July, targeting this particular pivot at 4262. And if we break this particular pivot, then this weekly pivot at 4067 will play support. So far, we have never broken the Tenkan line, which is shown here, 4,200 on the weekly charts. If that particular Tenkan line is broken, then we may see a deeper correction into the pivot of 4067. Otherwise, we expect a bounce once again at 4262 to make all-time highs for the S&P 500. Thanks very much for watching, and please give me a like if you think the video was meaningful for you, and don't forget to subscribe. Have a great weekend, everyone.